Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Dan of Legend with Gaming Junkie, and I wanted to bring you guys something a little different today. And it's kind of my, I suppose, early on review for a new game I've been playing called Let It Die. It is a free-to-play PS4 game, and I'd like to start off by saying I really do enjoy this game. However, that's not to say it's not without its flaws. Now, the general problem with this game is something that you'll see pretty quickly. I'm refighting the boss again because it's just an easy way to get XP, and I'm trying to level up a new character. You have multiple characters in this game at a time if you so choose, and I do because of the way the game works. And as towards why he's not wearing any clothing, all the clothing I pick up is kind of crappy and gets destroyed rather quickly. And this boss is a complete cakewalk, so I don't really need any clothes. Or armor for that matter. Alright, now I'm going to start this off by showing how easy it is to beat enemies in this game. It seems difficult when they rush in, but literally everything in this game can pretty much be avoided by walking backwards. Once you learn the patterns of certain weapons, it basically becomes your simple hack and slash. Now, I'm going to pick up loot because I'm just showing you how the general combat system in this game works. Most enemies stagger pretty easy. I have, I can level up. How lucky. This game works on a proficiency system. If you've ever played any of the SAO games, you know what I mean. Or if you've played Fire Emblem, you have the general idea, but I'm just going to show you what I mean. So, proficiency. Now, I am doing mostly a fist run, so I'm pretty much sticking with my hands. And as you can see on the right side of the screen, the more I level up with it, basically the better perks I get for using that weapon. So right now I'm at level 13, which means I get attack power increased by 100%, which is awesome. Now, those enemies were pretty much what you could expect. Keep forgetting squares to cancel on this. Nothing too difficult. Now, this is the first mini-boss in the game, and I'm going to show you what I mean about this game having its problems. A lot of it's artificial difficulty. Don't get me wrong, cool character design. Kind of reminds me of something from Dark Souls. A lot of this game will remind you of Dark Souls or Bloodborne if you played it. It's a lot easier though, although it has equally unfair moments just because it kind of has that hacks Dark Souls-ness to it where it's just like sometimes you get beat for unfair reasons. Like, see how easy this boss is? This is the first mid-boss. You can stop this guy by doing whatever you want, basically. You can go through the entire match without him hitting you. Now, the second boss, significantly more difficult than it appears. However, once you know her tricks, she's not all that hard either, except for the fact that you occasionally get sheep-shotted. Also, ending a combo chain does do a little more damage. You can see I get 49. There's a stat that increases your critical rate, and I'm not sure if you can notice it, but if you look carefully, you can actually see my stamina, my heart rate. So, like, watch me run around, see how it's glowing orange. The more I run around, the faster it heats up. Just gonna finish this real quick. Now, the reason I'm fighting this boss is because it's a really easy way to one punch. It's a very easy way to level up new characters, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to level him up. He's my striker. So, nice thing I will give them props for. There's a lot of different options for builds. However, eventually it does seem like it kind of levels out. So, this is actually an XP. I'm going to eat that because it gives me extra experience, as you might imagine. Now, nice thing about this game, some bosses, many bosses to be more specific, you can, how should I put it, you can replay them. I do like the scenery of this area. However, I'm going to show you one problem I run into with this. And I'm just going to go back and forth through a couple of the rooms just so you see what I mean. I'm not going to actually go through because I don't want to risk killing my character, but I'm going to start on floor 4, just so you see what I'm talking about. The combat system is simple, however, mobs can get a bit difficult because of that, so keep that in mind. Also, unlike Bloodborne and sometimes Dark Souls, running through is not always your best bet because of how limited the combat system is. However, it is worth noting, like I said, that this is a free-to-play game. However, I prefer to think of it as a bit of a free-to-pay game because in order to come back from death without losing your character, you have to use these premium coins. Why is the elevator right there? Okay, that's how you get back to the main lobby. Now, I'm just going to show you what I mean. Like, real quick. Okay, so you got in here. Got these enemies. I'm going to see if I can draw one of them out. See, this is one of the things that can make this game extremely easy if you're careful about it. Is that you can lure enemies one at a time. And this is what I mean about combat being simple. It's a very straightforward avoid and evade. Now, this is something, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this. I'm not going to pick that up. But these are the... Okay. So, you have creatures in this game that you can eat to get your health back. See how I'm not at like regular health. And they have different effects. Like this is attack boost up 100 minus defense 50% for 30 seconds. Nice stuff to have. But see, like lure them away and you're pretty much good to go. At a certain level of proficiency, you... Oh, Lord. Yeah. Certain scrubs become easier to kill after a little while. Yeah, see. Sometimes they'll get you because of how lacking your combat is. Alright, now I'm going to see if I can actually show you guys some of those basically killer moves. I don't know any other way to put it. I didn't realize I was going to be going through them like that. Now, you'll notice very quickly, and this is the problem I have with this game. I'm going to pick that up. Nothing drops down. That'll happen sometimes, so be forewarned. If you run for their HP fast enough, you're gonna have this thing where you can do like an execution mode. I don't know what else to call it. It's just what I call it. I'm gonna see if I can random scrub a character. Alright, so I got this person's attention, and that is a buzzsaw. I'm just gonna attack it. Oh, come on. You're not fun. I wanted to really have fun killing you. Okay, now that is a fireworks launcher, which, as you might be able to see, okay, this is what I mean. And these give additional XP. Now, I just wanted to show you guys that. That is Uncle Death. He's a bro. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy this game. It's fun for what it is. It is a little too pay to win at times, but there are ways you can get around this. I'm sorry, I have a bit of a tickle in my throat. I'm going to show you what it looks like when the stamina runs out. Alright, see, gotta recharge, leave you for an opening. Now, there's also a running attack. This is a striker build. It's the build I wanted to get through most of the game with, but the difficulty spike that occurs later is probably going to make that a little unrealistic. But like I said, this is just a preliminary run through. I'm stuck on the 6th floor boss because I don't have any ranged weapons. And I just learned a new strat for beating her, so I'm going to deal with that in a minute. But I'm going to go back down to the base floor. Now, see, you got your kill coins, which you get for killing stuff, as the title might suggest. And you got the death medals, which are those little rainbow-colored neon skulls. You can get those from login bonuses, and you can also pay for them. Now, I guess I'll show you guys, just so you guys know what happens when your character dies. It's not too hard to get killed, they'll just get bodied real quick. I guess I can always, start as the boss. He does do a lot of damage. Won't be hard to have him kill me. Now, here's how this works. So I'm going to go to my fighter storage freezer thing. Actually, I'm going to level him up first because I don't want to forget to do that. Okay. He already has a really good critical hit rate, but you know, never be too safe. So here's how this works. This will auto heal you. It's basically a save point. You can't save with it, but it might as well be. Let me see what else. Fighter Fraser. Now this is where you get more fighters. I don't actually have room for one, and I don't want to waste one. Oh, I do have room for one. Ah, shit, no. Alright, well, I'll just explain what happens, and I'll probably do a recording of this at some point. But what'll happen is if your character dies, gets killed for any reason, he becomes an enemy. He becomes what's called a hater. And at some point I'll wind up dying, I'm sure, and clicking no to continue, and you'll see what happens there. And what'll happen is you can either go fight and kill that character, and he will come back to you. You can pay a certain amount of medals to bring him back, but that costs more each time you do it. Or you could just get rid of him, start over. If you run out of all of your characters without reviving them, you will have to start from the bottom floor. I haven't had that problem because, like I said, I'm kind of careful about this. But I'm just going to go through. That was floor 4 I went through. So I'm going to show you what floor 1 looks like. That's the premium box right there, by the way. I'm just going to show you the other real issue I have with this game. And it's just an issue of creativity. Like I said, it's a free-to-play game, so I can't complain too much. But they could have put a little more creativity. A lot of these floors feel like reskins, and I am not crazy about that. But once again, it's free-to-play, so I gotta cut it a little slack. It is fun for what it's worth. I have been playing it a lot. It's definitely a good time killer. Also, for those of you that want to play this game and need a way to stack up money, this is a good place to do it. The first floor, you can get money real quickly. It's like I get around 2,000 a run. And it's mostly these little, I didn't mean to do that. It's mostly these little treasure chests. Now what's neat is getting little critters to eat. If you cook them, they have different effects and they tend to be a lot better. But you can just, if I'm low on health, grab, munch. Or you can put them in your bag to save for later, like that little heart I have right there. And you get XP for eating them. So, you know, there's upsides to everything. I'm just going to go kill these little robots. Okay. And I can level up at the waiting room. Fantastic. It's my last level for this character. You can also stop them out to kill them, and they'll become a mushroom. And this one will give us tear gas if we throw it at an enemy. Tear gas, you know, good stuff. Now, enemies like to jump out from behind you and cheat. Oh, look, a mushroom. We're going to be taking that at some point. Now, for instance, enemies that like to jump out behind you. I'm taking that mushroom, by the way. There is definitely an enemy behind that crate. There always is, and see how she likes to run at you? One punch. Okay, now. Yep, and enemies can tank certain things, so be careful with the people with the pickaxes, because they will get you with them. They will tank right through your attacks sometimes, so just be prepared for that, and don't be surprised. I'm just gonna, okay, see. I'm not gonna keep doing, the stupid, yeah, no. See, like I said, his critical hit rate's really high. See, this is how you get some of your, equipment, but when you pick them up off of enemies, they tend to be really crappy and break very quickly. Now, ordinarily, you would want to be a lot more careful than this, but I killed the enemies already, and I kill everything in like 2 or 3 hits. Always look for chests. It's your easiest way of making money, especially on this floor. You can also get a lot of XP eggs every now and then in here. See, this is a gun. I like to keep those. I'm going to need those for the floor boss on floor 6, because that's one of the things. She's a, sometimes it's useful to get range on her. And there is floor 2. Now, you see what I mean about this, being a very similar path. It's very, similar looking. If you ever go to, is it a treasure chest? No, it's not. If you ever go to, like, floor, I want to say 5, it looks exactly the same. A couple of them look exactly alike. But overall, as a free-to-play game, for what it is, I gotta give this game a solid 7 out of 10. I will probably be using this game in background for just thoughts videos for when my I can't record with webcam because like today it was rainy down here and my webcam doesn't do artificial lighting very well, so I do a lot of I'm probably going to be doing a lot of gameplay record overs, and I'll probably wind up quieting the video quite a bit, if not completely, because like I said, this is all about me talking. So I'm just going to level this character up, and that'll be all, folks. Show you guys that, and then I'm going to watch the new Dragon Ball Super. I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to get that out the way. Also, I will be putting out a review for a manga I recently started reading. Hella fun. And I will be doing more Kingdom Hearts videos as well as not just gameplay videos, like Kingdom Hearts related content. That is my main focus as a gamer, as well as for the channel. It's just news has been a little quiet right now. So, obviously, I can't really talk too much about things I don't have information on. Just gonna level him up real quick. And that'll be all for him. He is max leveled. I have been trying to get, I want to check my other one to see if it's also well-rounded, because this is a striker. So they have base stats that are set to do certain things, and I just want to experiment with as many as I possibly can. And I want to see what my other one is. Okay, so he's my well-rounded level 25, and he is also a well-rounded, so I'm actually going to get rid of him, which is... This is what I meant by if your character dies, you can just get rid of him, and I'm going to go get a new one. I just got some coins so I can buy a, I believe the next one's a, I believe my next one will be a, I think it's like a treasure hunter build. I'll let you, we'll get to it. Collector, that's what it's called. Specialized in collecting materials, death bag capacity is very high. And that is just the thing that you saw I kept putting my stuff into. I'm actually going to make this one a woman, just... No, not that one. Her, why not? Now, Uncle Death is, just such a treat. Now, this game's characters are really fun, and then that is why I give it a higher ranking on this list. Now you can see there are stars for the different ranked fighters. I haven't gotten very far yet, so we'll deal with that later. But as of right now, I will leave that as my initial impression, and that will be all. I hope you guys had a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I've been Dan of Legend with Gaming Junkie. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day, guys.